So, hey, how are you? I wanted to come on here just to read a little bit of what I'm reading The Sacred Woman by Queen Afua. All right, I'm in chapter 3 and I'm almost to chapter 4, but I just wanted to read something that was just truly interesting to me in chapter 3. And it's From Devastation to Sweet Inspiration. My conscious introduction to my womb came when I had my first period at age 13. I was totally unprepared for what was to come. The hour after my first issue of blood was the beginning of hell on earth for me. The throbbing, threshing pain in my womb was overwhelming. The throwing up, the cramping, the moaning, the rolling in my mama's bed for comfort went on and on. By nightfall, I had completely lost it. I just wanted to take out my womb. I cried out, and my mother gave me a painkiller that put my womb to sleep. I was numb and lifeless, but I was at least able to breathe, and the pain was gone temporarily. I just could not believe that I and every woman had been sentenced to such agony and would have learned to live with this each month for 35 years or more. I would have done anything never to experience any again what felt like war in my womb. I recall thinking in my young mind, I cannot wait until menopause when all of this pain will be over. Little did I know that I had to change my entire lifestyle in order to experience peace within my womb. To discover a womb with no pain, no cramping, clotting, pulling, throbbing, or heavy bleeding for 7 or 8 days a month. What a mess. My personal prayer request was for a quiet womb that spoke peace. That was interesting to me. I just wanted to read it. By the time I was 18 years old, I stopped eating all flesh and I had become complete vegetarian. That's when I ceased passing clots of blood. At 23, after the birth of my first child, came the true beginning of my journey to womb wellness. I learned to pack mud over my pelvis. The healing properties of the mud seeped into my womb and pulled out my pain. I drank bush tea of red raspberry and dandelion. I placed my legs up against the wall at a 45-degree angle to send healing energy throughout my womb. By the birth of my second child, I had begun drinking green juices every day to strengthen my body temple and also began to develop my inner sacrum. Continuing on my journey of womb wellness, by the birth of my third child, I had begun to recite womb prayers for sweet inspiration. I thank the Creator of my renewed sacred attitude about my womb and my sacred seat. I am particularly grateful that through trial and tribulations, I ultimately connected to the voice of my womb. Over the years, that unfailing voice have become my divine protection and guide to a healthier, more vibrant life. Now, you may wonder, with all I was doing, why I had to have 3 cesarean sections when I was writing this book. That was the last thing I wanted to talk about. I was not proud of it because I started on all this so late. When you've been living in a toxic manner for so long and you're trying to be natural, you can't really be as natural as you like to, as quickly as you like, because your body hasn't caught up to where it should be. So my womb wasn't really ready just then. Also at that time, my body and I were part of mainstream society. I went the route of the status quo from birth to the age of 18, but what was a blessing? I say every lesson is a blessing, and this is one enabled me to go deeper. and to begin to heal myself as a prelude to my initiation as a sacred woman. My experience has made it possible for me to help so many other women not to have to go through what I went through. We all learn from our past and we grow from our past. And we learn that when we share our lessons with others, we can transform them into blessings. So it goes into sharing the stories. But this is amazing, you guys. I just had to share that particular piece because it meant something to me. And I wanted to read it. It's in chapter 3, in The Sacred Woman, Queen Afua, A Guide to Healing the Feminine Body, Mind, and Spirit. So when you get a chance, you guys, definitely check out Sacred Woman. All right. Today is August 4th, and it is Tuesday, and I have my red on, you guys. I have my red, and I have black on too. So just wanted to share that. Bye.